AmericasMart's campus is known for having a lot of great lamp and lighting companies, and we're in the Aidan Gray showroom as an example of one of those. We've got Dennis Brito in here, and I'd love for you to talk about just how this company has really evolved over time, especially from a lighting perspective.
Initially, we started out as a French traditional and antique reproduction chandelier lamp furniture manufacturer. We have transitioned our look over the course of the last 14 years to include a more transitional appeal to our customers. So those people will still have some antiques in their home and space, but we also get to incorporate some new materials like laser cut nickel, LED. We've also incorporated some technology as well into some of our lamps and chandeliers.
Tell us a little bit about the role of lighting in interior design. So the way that lamps and fixtures work together and why they're both so important to create a really beautiful ambient space.
We sort of look at lighting as a sort of a jewel within a space itself. So you can kind of think of lighting as sort of adding to one's wellness in a space where certain feelings, warmth, comfort, help create a space, and by having the right light fixture or lamp or even wall sconce, you can just make a space feel much more inviting and much more comfortable to both yourself and to any guests that you may have to your home. So.
Your line is fairly neutral, in sort of its base colors. How does that work into an interior design scheme?
I always say that our base colors tend to be gold leaf, a little bit of red and some grays, and white. And so the idea is that you can take any of those pieces or any of the shapes that we have, for example, and then move forward. So if you're feeling like you need to add some colors, for example, you can kind of have that be your primary focus and then leap from there. So the idea is that we can fit into as many spaces and styles as possible without disturbing the flow and feeling of a design job. So.
Tell us about some of the materials. You touched on it a little bit, but some of the new directions you're able to take here with the more, transitional, even contemporary products that you've added.
So the idea is really to kind of bring in some of the millennial consumers to the line, and a lot of people obviously are really receptive to technology and to high-tech materials. So what we're trying to do is figure out how to mesh those worlds with our antique reproduction pieces. So one way we do that is we take nickel, which is laser cut, and it's the same material that you would use in a high-end kitchen, for example, but done in an affordable and contemporary way. We have also taken things like USB ports, and we've included those in our lamps as well, so someone doesn't now have to have kind of an ugly power cord sort of sitting on their table. So there's a piece of beauty on their table that isn't interrupted by some really sort of unattractive piece of technology.
Dennis, you mentioned the evolution toward a more transitional and contemporary product. Where's that coming from? What's sparking that interest?
Well, we're realizing as a company that millennials at some point will start purchasing homes, apartments, townhomes, and so we're trying to make sure that our product fits into that consumer group. And it can be done a couple of different ways. It can be done by materials that we select. It can be done by doing more contemporary shapes, but as well as keeping our price points within the same space where someone isn't overbuying something or underbuying something, but a price point that's very appropriate for the market and for the look of a millennial buyer. We just think it's the wave of the future and how we have to survive in the very busy space with other lighting manufacturers.
It's been really fun to watch the evolution. Thank you for taking us on the tour.